Alright, it might be just me and you guys today. In which case, I'm going to turn the music up just slightly. Other people are free to come and go as they wish. But no one else is guaranteed to be showing up today. So it looks like it's just me and you guys. So, how's everybody doing this week? This week we're going to be doing 2 of these boys, and I haven't opened these particular packs before, so chances are, I mean, it's guaranteed there's going to be cards I haven't seen. Alrighty. Adjust this. I'm a little bit tired this week, so I apologize if I seem out of sorts. Then again, I'm always tired. You guys might notice, heckin', I got my own map made. This isn't the whole thing, obviously, you're not seeing it. It's got a memory counter up at the top. It's got, heckin', card, deck zone, trash zone, breeding area stuff. It's got a bunch of security card areas. I can't fit the whole thing in frame, unfortunately. Not without compromising some other parts. How did it feel to massacre Carrie? It was fun. Carrie's actually taken quite well to the game. I built them a Gabumon deck, and they seem to be pretty into it. I also have what I'm calling my Celestial Babe deck, which they've played, and they figured that out pretty darn quickly. Last night we actually played a bunch for fun, and she actually beat me in the majority of the games. Sad no Thursday game. I'm looking forward to Princesses continuing. Alrighty. This week we're doing more than usual. This week we're opening 2 full boxes instead of 1 box. So, let's see how that goes. We'll try to count the individual worth of each individual box, I think. Samsoni. Pow! Alright, ready for cards I haven't seen before. You're hoping for a Nat19 affiliated tournament arc? Alright. So, our topper boy is the TK boy. How you doing, TK boy? I'm gonna move these back to here. I haven't seen the art on these boosters before. Set you back here so I can throw Garbo in you. Ba-bam. Put those up there. Little white things I use to mark where the edge of my frames are. Pack opening stream time. Alrighty. What's the art on these look like? Oh, wow. There's a pretty strong variety of them. Oh, Diablomon. That's gotta be one of my favorite decks whenever it actually starts spinning out. You know what? Why don't we make use of our spaces here? You guys can go there. And you guys can go here. Baboom. Alrighty. Back in this boy. Oh, more of you. Okay, that makes sense. So, starting off, heck in Taikamiya and Veedramon 0, so I've already got a couple of them. Or, these will be my second set of them. What do you do, my boy? Start of your turn. If you have 2 Digimon, or if you memory or less, reveal 1 card and add it to your hand. If the card's yellow, trigger recovery +1. Oh, jeez. Well, that's pretty cool, actually. Just a way to get another card in your hand. Really, it's a draw 1 card just by another name. Okay. What are we hoping for? I don't really know what's in these cards, so after I open this first one, I will... A new Greymon! Well, this Digimon has Reboot, it gains Jamming. Oh, dude. I'm already happy about this. Alrighty. Dolphinmon! When your Digimon has a Digimon with no Digivolution cards in play, this Digimon gets plus 1000 DP. Monzemon, just a flat old heckin' easy to evolve into 6000 boy. The Blade of Truth. Draw 1, draw 1 card from your deck. Okay, you're a yellow boy. A new Cougarmon! On deletion, trigger draw 2, then trash 1 card. That'd actually be helpful, because I was thinking about making a purple Gabumon deck. I didn't realize there was other purple Gabumons. Look at that cute boy. How's it? Who's it do? Who's it do indeed? It do well. Gravity Crush. Gain 2 memory. At the end of turn, lose 2 memory. You're a red boy. You know what? We have more room to play with. Let's play with it. Oh, I see that the blue spot here is where all the light's reflecting. We're gonna avoid that spot. Volcanic Dramon, good. I'm gonna have one of you. I wonder if I could... If I moved this, like, over, like, so... Could I adjust the light in such a way that... Nah. I might as well just keep it right over there. So it's hitting everything. Bam. That TK's $19? Oh, heck, well, that's a good start. Another Leomon! How you doing, Leomon? Okay, Jagamon, cool. I'm gonna use that spot over there, since if I put it here, the light's gonna just heckin' destroy it. Oh my god. Why did are there multiple alert boxes set up? He can do it. Logan, get there. 1 sec. I'm gonna make sure multiple alert boxes aren't set up because that was a scary noise. Huh. Weird. Alrighty. Well, we're just gonna let that be. Back in the chair we go. Labramon! That's a different Labramon than the one I'm used to. On account of also it's, you know, purple. I guess if I could... I wonder. Give me just 1 sec here, guys. I'm gonna take my light. Okay, I'm gonna have to outright take this off. I think I might have just figured out a better way to light stuff. Give me 1 sec. My whole lighting setup here. Okay, move these. Get over there. Apologies if this light ends up. If I got 2 of those, 1 on either side. Nope. The way I had it before was better. Sorry. I might just end up setting up more softer lights at some point. Is it still shining in the middle? Yeah, basically. I guess in theory if I did this... Sorry for all this messing with stuff, guys. I'm just trying to make this the most comfortable possible. Oh, now you just have the light in the... Well, that's not going to help. Yeah, we're just going to avoid using this center space. That's what we're going to do. Watching these card streams, we learn a lot about a lot more Digimon. There's a lot more Digimon than you probably thought. Alright. So, and an Angemon. Cool. Aww. Yamon. When you have 5 or more cards in your trash, this Digimon gets 1,000. That's cool. What a neat boy. I was actually unaware of that Digimon. Yeah, you. I'm gonna have to figure out my lighting situation. Yamon's pretty alright. Cool. What's in this? What's in this set? You know what? We'll look at it later. We'll look at it later and we'll decide what we'll see what we don't have and then we'll go from there. Alrighty, second pack. We have a lot to go through anyways. You guys get to go through this slow part of me being like, oh heck, what does this do? I read Cougarmon! Well, there are 5 or more cards in your opponent's trash. This Digimon gets plus 1,000. Cool. Forbidden Temptation. Until the end of your opponent's next turn, one of your opponent's Digimon can't attack or block. Another one of my cool black Greymons. Oh, Cougarmon. When this Digimon deletes an opponent's Digimon at battle and survives, it gains 1 memory. Alright. Oblivion Bird. Oblivion Bird. Delete one of your opponent's blockers. Again, Frigimon. This Digimon can't be deleted in battles against security Digimon. I think I have one of you. I think I got it with the booster pack I got with my first deck. River of Power. Return up 3 of your opponent's level 3 Digimon to their hand. Trash all the evolution cards of the Digimon. Cougarmon. Suspend one of your opponent's Digimon. Again, Tanamon. If you Digivolve this turn, it gets 1,000 TV. Oh, that's neat. Ah, Mistymon. How you doing? What up, Mistymon? You know what? I'm gonna put secret rares in the pile over here. So they're what I'm gonna count whenever I'm done. The art of Tanamon's really cute. Yeah, it is. Look at that. That's adorable. Yo, this week, in case you guys change your mind. What is... Oh, it's this! I see. Rift Lightning, thank you so much for the sub. I figured out why it's doing that twice. I've just silenced that. You guys want the red light, or do you guys want the blue light? It's your choice. It's your call. Waiting for someone to give me a preference. First preference I see is what we're gonna go with. You think the red light looks better with the matte? Yeah, let's go with red. Alrighty. We did blue last week anyways. Throw you away. Goblymon. Oh, wonderful. Monzemon again. Moving you over slightly. And then moving you up. So we get a slightly more even distribution of light. Alright, Black Numamon. Hornbuster. You tell me if I hit anything amazing here. You just said always one rare in each pack. Oh yeah, I noticed that. Sukamon. Pagumon. Muchamon. Monmon. You joke. You absolute punchline. Heck, and attacks. You may suspend this Digimon if yeah, it's a blocker, okay. Kurisarimon! A different Kurisarimon! I didn't know there were other... I already have a Diablomon deck that's operating just fine. But if there are other Kurisarimon and Karamons and such... Oh, that changes some things. Oh. And its effect would be... That's interesting. Oh, that excites me. Oh, Metalletamon. That doesn't excite me. That is the opposite of exciting. Cool. Neat. Tyrannomon. Since I moved the light a little bit, is it still... Oh, fuck. Yeah, it is. It's so weird. If only it was tilted slightly. No. Stop that. No. Stay there. Okay. Yeah. Terror Cluster. Kind of a mood killer. Yeah. Alright. What does each pile represent? They're each a different color. They're each a different color of the Digimon in the game. Blue, green, black, purple, red, yellow. And then, you know what, I'm gonna put you down there. No, actually the chat's down there, I'll put you there. They're each a different color in the game, and if we get a white one, we'll put it here. Next pack. It's like I'm staring at the weight of the night. Cougarmon. Tapurimon. Oh, Agumon expert. I needed more of him. Goblimon. Hagurumon. Oh, this is making it makes sense where Cody got a bunch of his cards. Monodramon. Smashed potatoes. Ooh, Titamon. It's always been a cool Digimon lore-wise, as far as I'm concerned. Wanyamon, you adorable boy. Megadramon. New Agumon. Well, not new for most of you, but I haven't seen this one. Different Cerberusmon. It's funny, I'm getting the old versions of these cards, and I'm getting excited about them. Because I've already seen the new versions, but these are new to me. Atomic Ray. Metal Tyrannomon. Brother Dolphmon. How you doing, Dolphmon? Kudamon. Dark Tyrannomon. Forbidden Temptation. I'm always happy to see Gomamon. Gomamon's a good boy. Tinkermon. Woodmon. Red Growlmon. Ooh! Red War Growlmon, how you doing? And a Marishida. Any big pulls yet? No, not really yet. And I don't really know what to expect from these particular packs. Capitarimon. Agumon. Forbidden Temptation again. Metal Tyrannomon. Great Tornado. A Purple Garurumon. Oh, Garuru boy, what do you do? When attacking, you may delete one of your other Digimon to unsuspend this Digimon. Ooh, be good with deletion card effect cards. Armadillomon. Petermon. Tentomon. Cougarmon. Got something cool looking at the back of this. A TK. Ooh, a very pretty Garudamon. How you doing? A secret rare boy? You get to go over here. That's our first secret rare of today. Shawink. Tsukiyamon. Night Raid. Mushroomon. Gomamon. Spiral Sword. Kokuagamon. The Nova Blast. Neat. Radiation Blade. Would be a good Guilmon card. Mega Capitarimon. Gotsumon. Ooh, a tie. A black tie. All your black Digimon get plus 1,000. Neat. And a Raremon. Ironically, a rare card. I guess it's not ironic, technically. It's the opposite of irony. Saturdays Logan, you're correct. You're correct. Sorry, you're right. I'm calling it the wrong thing. I'm breaking my own rules. Yeah. Kokuagamon. Or Kokuamon, rather. Spiral Sword. Toyagumon. Okuamon. Dimension Scissor. A cute green Agumon! Aww, look at him. He's just having a good time. He's just having a good time, chilling out. Unlike Vilemon. Fremon. Oh, there's something nice at the back here. I saw it. Megadramon. Saberleomon. Symphony number 1. Polyphony. Ooh, or Greymon. When Digivolving, it gets security attack +1 for the turn. Your turn, this Digimon doesn't activate security skills or on option cards it checks. Ooh. There's certain decks I could. I mean, my Diablomon deck that would fuck. Oh yeah, you go over there. Yeah. Dark Tyrannomon, Repamon, Vilemon, Tyrannomon, Nuclear Laser, what actual Andromon? Impmon! My boy! One day I will play you again. I will do a voice for you in something again. You and Beelzebae. That was some of the most fun I ever had fan dubbing, was playing those two. Woodmon. Cougarmon! That's actually good, because I think I need more of that specific one for Carrie's deck. River of Power. Shield of the Just. I need more of you. More alternate Sumamons. Oh my goodness, yes, please. Do I mean Mercermon? No, I mean Derek Stephen Princemon, actually. Mercer did play the 2010 one, who I also had fan dubbed, but when I think of Beelzemon, my brain definitely goes to the Tamers one, which is why Impmon got me excited. And that's Derek Stephen Prince. The way that I open these hurts you? Oh, why's that? What don't you like about it? They got a heckin'... Look, they got a little tab up here. They're meant to be pulled that way. You open them all perfect? Well, I'm a savage, you see. Alright, Goblymon, Capurimon, Pumpkinmon, Pixiemon, Oblivion Bird. I swear to God, that's not the actual name of that attack. Gabumon! Heat Viper, Garurumon. How you doing, by the way, Anna? Same with chocolate bars? I see. Metal Greymon. Back for revenge? Oh, my boy, look at your disastrous little face. Oh, I love you so much. I hope there's more things related to you in these. I've decided that's what I want from these. I want more Diablomon cards, and I want some of you, although I feel like there's not a lot of you in here. Back for revenge. Another Angemon. Piedmon! How you doing, Piedmon? Yeah, well, that's really cool art for you. You may play up to 2 level 4 lower purple Digimon cards from your trash without paying their memory cost. Any on-play effects the Digimon play with this effect will activate. Ooh, I like you. Oh, you having trouble heckin' Samsoni? I'll go over these again later, the ones that look like they're worth something. There's stuff in BT6. I have already pre-ordered, as of the month ending, and me getting my payouts for some of the work I did. I have already pre-ordered 4 boxes of the Double Diamond set. So those will be coming in, whenever they release. I know there's a delay on them, but when they come in, I'm gonna have 4 of them. Okay. Blast Fire. Wizardmon! Oh, hey, how you doing?
You can't keep opening them like this. You have to do it nice.
Okay. Alright, well, what does nice look like? What am I doing to open them nice?
Like, okay, so like...
I'm gonna turn you up. Give me 1 second.
Okay.
So you can walk me and stream through this.
Okay, I don't know how to describe this. But you know how, like... So, you gotta hold the little flippy tag that's in, like, the middle.
Okay, this boy right here?
Yeah. And you have to, like, pull it kind of like you would open a bag of chips.
Oh, I see. That is the way I normally open cards. So,
okay.
Alright. This particular one, I'm gonna open a second set. There's no extra tabs, so to do what you want me to do, I'd have to go...
Oh.
Nope, that weirdly worked really well, actually, in a weird way. Not the way I think you wanted, though.
No. The baggie must stay intact. No, I understand it's hard.
But they got these little tabs, you see? Like, they're meant to be...
Yeah, they're meant to be just ripped into.
They're meant to be destroyed. With reckless abandon. How you doing? What you up to?
I got some. I found a new, like, it's like a cup noodle, but it's not like cup noodles.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, I'm trying it out, and then if not, if it just doesn't work out, I think I'm just gonna default to strawberries and cake icing for dinner.
All right.
work was work and life was life, and now I'm here watching you open cards and not understanding anything that's going on. Hey, that was cute.
Yeah, it is. Heck, and let's be real. For when you don't know cards, we're just here for the pretty art.
Oh yeah.
Sirenmon. Oh, Cougarmon. I've never seen you before. Look at that.
Yeah.
That's adorable. Sirenmon and Cougarmon. Growlmon, what up? Trump Sword.
Also heard you talking about ye old fan dubbing days.
Yeah, I was talking about the days of like doing heckin' Tamers stuff and Cross Wars stuff.
Remember when we were almost Cross Wars?
I do remember when we were almost Cross Wars. That's a weird time to think about. It's a very strange time to think about.
It really is.
Get out of there, you. It was fun, though.
Mm-hmm.
Metal Seedramon. That's 2 of the Dark Masters I got. Cool.
And those were never archived, huh? Those are gone.
I think so. I think maybe I might be able to find them in my old laptop files, maybe, because I did migrate my files from computer to computer for a while, but I'm pretty sure those were on the desktop that I lost.
Probably. Yeah.
So, that's unfortunately might be the end of that chapter.
Oh yeah. I mean, it is what it is at the end of the day.
Yeah. Digitamamon.
So how recent is this card game? Because I knew of a Digimon card game back when I was a wee bab, and I didn't understand it either.
I think there's been like 4 Digimon card games or so, 4 or 5. Some of them picked up and went, hey, Magnanimon, how you doing? Magnanimon/Holydramon. This one is pretty recent. This one I think is from within the last couple of years.
Oh.
And it's picked up a lot of steam because it's very easy to learn, is its main thing. Back in Megadramon. Another Metal Greymon. Oop, there's something nice in the back again. Tinkermon. Cupimon. Hey, what's up, Rosemon? How you doing? Making sure we got an angle where we see both your bust and your butt, I see. Snapping your spine in half. Snapping your leaf spine.
I was like, there is no spine.
Nope, none. It is made of...
Digimon don't need spines.
No. Why would they?
Spines are a myth.
Alright. Agurumon. Another Impmon. Yes, give me all the Impmon. Melgramon.
From the sound that the bags are making when you open them, they don't sound flimsy.
Nope, they're pretty tough. I also have my mic up quite high when I'm doing this because I like to be chill. But no, they're pretty sturdy. The plastic's nothing to be sneezed at.
Yeah, because it's like, well, the last time I ever opened a card of anything was like super long time ago, and it was like a Pokemon card pack, and the plastic on those things are freaking tissue.
Yeah.
They're tissue, and I think the same thing goes with Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
Oh, Loader Leomon. Giga Blaster. Alright, nothing incredible in that one. Ah! Yeah, no, it's pretty durable. Actually, I'm very happy they have the tabs. I've gotten pretty good at just demolishing that side of them. Yep. Whenever I first started opening the tabs, I was very scared because I was worried it might catch on a card and rip it, but the cards are fine. They can take it.
So, how many, in total, from your very first card opening stream, how many card packs do you think you've opened?
Okay. Not including starter decks.
Not including starter decks, no.
So each box is 24 packs, and I've opened 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think I've opened either 9 or 11 packs. So that would be somewhere in the range. Oh, I can't. My brain is not doing math super well. What would be 10 times 24? It'd be 240, right? So it'd be 200.
It's 0 at the end.
Yeah. So we're looking at 200 and... If it's 9, we're looking at 216 packs. And if it's 11, we're looking at 264 packs.
Wow.
Yeah, that's
a lot of cards.
It's a lot of cards. got a whole shelf on my figure shelf has been just repurposed and devoted to storing cards now.
Doesn't everybody in the compound have a deck?
Not everybody in the compound. I have a wave one for Jeff. Aaron has no interest in playing, and I haven't asked Mac. Because Aaron doesn't usually like picking up card games. But I made one for Izzy that I then dismantled, which I plan to rebuild because I got better cards for it. I got maybe 2 for Carrie, depending on how you count it. So, and yeah, and Hayden just uses the other decks I make. So yeah, kind of. I've made like 8 decks by this point. Oh.
There's always an interesting thing because it's like I don't play card games at all. I've tried to get into them in the past, and it's like, first off, the Pokemon one, I don't know how anyone understands that game.
Yes.
Like I don't get it.
I don't think anyone does. I think anyone who says they get that's a liar.
Yu-Gi-Oh! My brain shuts down after Battle City, so like don't at me. Don't at me after Battle City. Like someone explains, I've been explained Synchro Summon so many times and I don't understand it. It doesn't work. It just does not work into my. It does not make its way into my girl brain. It does not understand. Don't ask me.
Fair enough.
But I'm always like, it's always interesting seeing people like open these because I've seen so many Max Mofo videos with Jester of just him opening cards, and it's just like, I don't know. There's just something interesting about it.
There's something I think very present about opening cards because you're there, and like apart from the people who like will reseal cards and pretend they found really big things and they're assholes. Apart from those people, yes, there's people that do that. There's absolutely people who will open lots of cards on their own time. They find ones that work, they will put them back into the sleeve, and then they'll make sure to they'll sort of melt it back closed. Melt the plastic, and then they'll pretend to open it on stream and be like, oh my god, I had no idea. Again, that's terrible, and I hate them. But no, there's something I think you're as present with what's going on if you're like catching it live as the person opening the cards is, and that's really fun.
Yeah.
They're also pretty chill. That's why I turn the mic all the way up, and I often am like, card opening ASMR.
Low-key, I kind of want one of those microphones that have the ears on them.
Oh, fucking binaural microphones.
Yes.
Yes, I really want to get one set.
I kind of want one, but it's just like, we'd have to like dedicate another XLR for it. Because we have one that's for the studio, but then it's just like, we'd have to get another one. Oh.
My boy!
Really oh, it's your boy?
It's a Beelzebae boy!
Oh, hell yeah!
And he's a secret rare! Oh, my boy!
Huh.
Oh, you came home.
You gonna put him in a sleeve and then put that sleeve in a plastic sleeve?
I'm not that fanatic, but I am gonna put him in a sleeve, but I'm not gonna like double sleeve him. Oh my god, though, my boy. If I get another one of him anywhere, which I probably won't because secret rare. Oh, I should put you to the side. If I get another one of him anytime, I'm probably just gonna make a deck for him. Samsoni says that card's worth $20.
Oh. Made some of your money back.
Yeah, I've been pretty good about that. Apart from the last time I opened a box, I think I've usually made basically the box back in money. Although obviously I don't really sell them. It's not really.
No, but it's still cool.
Yeah. That's our one secret rare, which means there's probably also an alternate art secret rare in this box somewhere, because that's usually how it goes. Monzemon. But yeah, card openings is fun. If you ever wanted to try to get this game, honestly, it is the simplest card game I've ever picked up, which is kind of why I've been so about it. I don't think I've ever had to play more than 2 games with anybody before they just got it. Like, Jesse came over to do stuff the other week, and I was just like, yo, you want to try it? And he was like, sure, and he was beating me within 2 games. Groundramon. Digimon. I just had a weird case of deja vu. That was strange. Digimon. Megadramon. There's something shiny in the back of these cards. It's a mat. What up, Leopardmon? How you doing? Nice. My Royal Knight boy. I've got 8 left from this box, and then I have another box. Forgot that was a thing. Whoa, what's going on in chat?
Try to use JP. The other was used for racism and propaganda. What?
Oh, what was it used?
Quick people, send him the video of him from Tabor as the Japanese version.
Are you talking about Beelzebae?
I guess.
Alright, well, you guys do your thing. If mods caught something and got rid of it, then good on you guys.
I think it's because someone used, someone used the term the Japanese version, but they wrote JAP.
Oh.
And some of you young and whippersnappers might not know, but JAP is actually kind of a slur. At least back in my day, it was a slur.
Andromon. Spider Shooter. What's up? Labramon. Titamon. I think that of all the boxes I've opened, this particular set has, like, the highest just variety of cards. So I'm getting fewer doubles than I normally would, which is good and bad. Because on one hand, more cards, cool. On the other hand, it means if I want to make a deck and I want to throw 4 of a thing in, it's going to be a bit harder. Oh, hey, that was a big old scary looking Venom Myotismon slash heckin', what is it, Neo Vomdemon? No. What are you in Japanese?
Handle.
Are you Venom Vomdemon in Japanese? I can't remember what you're called. I know it's Vomdemon, I just can't remember what it's called at the start.
Let's see. Venom.
Venom Myotismon.
Venom wrong. I spelled Venom wrong.
Is it Venom Vomde? Chat's saying, yeah, it's Venom Vomde.
Damn, I spelled it really wrong. I put Vemon Myotis Moon 4. So then it's like, do you mean Venom Mystic Moon 4? And I'm like, no, absolutely not. That's not what I meant at all. I take it back.
Pumpkinmon. Leolmon. Metalmon. Stupid Metalmon. Hate him.
What's wrong with Metal? What the fuck you guys fucking Metal Animal? What are you doing?
Look at him.
Yeah, what about him?
Look at him.
Yeah, he's hot.
Look. Well, we're gonna have to agree to disagree on some things.
I don't care for it either.
Ty. Hey, Sora, what up? When one of your red Digimon attacks a player, you may suspend it to give the Digimon plus 2,000. Alright, cool. Cool.
My doodle's done.
I don't know. Isn't it Belial Vomdemon? No, Belial Vomdemon is Malamyotismon.
Yo, this kind of packaging gives me freaking anxiety. What is this packaging?
Your noodles?
Yeah, so, okay, now that I'm actually looking at it, I can look at the brand. It's that... How do you say this stupid name? It's not an Asian brand or anything that I know of. It's, K-N-O-R-R? Nor, I guess?
Okay.
And this one's a Vietnamese beef pho. I already know this is gonna be freaking garbage trash, because, one, it's instant, and two, when you have actual pho, you just cannot have, like, instant.
Ooh.
So, ooh.
It's a pretty Seraphimon. Yeah.
So the way this is packaged, it's literally like a plastic cup, but like flimsy ass like. I'm just poking it. It sounds like that. It sounds like freaking a party plastic cup.
Okay.
It feels thinner than a red cup, and then it's wrapped with cardboard that it seems like it's stuck to. Now it's not, because I don't know why. I don't understand. But this is flimsy as fuck. Like, this looks like it's melting. Like, this plastic is too thin to put boiling water in, but it tells you to, because it's surrounded by cardboard, and it's just like, here's the water fill line on the piece of cardboard. God forbid you throw away the packaging. You just don't know how much water you're supposed to put in this. But,
this Digimon has the cutest name. Babydomon.
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 Well, this Digimon has piercing. It gets plus... Okay.
2,000 DP.
PP?
DP.
Oh, DP. I heard PP, sorry. I heard PP. I'm not mature.
Yeah, it's fine.
Oh,
Whoa! How you doing, cool looking Piedmon card? That's an alt art for you.
Okay, so I didn't do the thing that the instructions said where you're supposed to add the water and then stir, but the noodles were still hard. What did you want me to do? This is just not... This is gonna be an adventure in all the wrong ways.
Well, you're an $11 Piedmon. Okay. Neat.
I'm glad I'm trying the beef pho so that I can be disappointed right away, and then save the meat. Because there's also a miso one, and I was like, I've never had miso with noodles. But I've had it with rice. Like,
Okay.
I put rice in miso soup.
I've never
had.
I don't usually put things in miso soup. I usually just have it on the side of whatever I'm having.
Well, in the normally when I'm eating out, I normally have miso on its own. I usually always have it as a starter and as an ender. But when it comes to home, and it's like the
Look at this
oh,
cute boy.
Pokemon.
He's so scared.
He's like, hello. Don't hurt me.
He looks like R2-D2 when he was hiding behind the rocks.
Oh.
Oh, you adorable boy.
Is that an alternate art for him?
I don't. Probably not.
Gotten a Gabumon?
The alternate arts. Well, there's a bunch of Gabumon, so there's more than one of each one. That's why, like, I'm getting like a bunch of black Agumon cards and whatnot in here. They don't only release Digimon once. They'll normally release like multiple different kinds of them. That's why this game doesn't have like. You can only have 4 of a given card, but it's not like the name of the card that matters. You can only have 4 of one with its heckin' like its number. It's like issue number. So you could technically have like 20 Agumons in a deck, as long as every 4 of them are just like a different Agumon.
Huh.
It's actually really smart of them. It makes it so that they're not just gonna run out of Digimon.
Yeah. Okay.
Like here, one sec. But yeah, the alt arts normally are pretty, like, you can tell immediately. They're normally pretty, like, they don't have borders and whatnot. Did I find a Gabumon over here? Like, see, that's like a purple Gabumon?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they have different effects, and they have different attack and whatnot.
Oh. It's kind of like how Pokemon had, like, Eevee, and then Dark Eevee, and then, like, Rocket Eevee, and then Gary's Eevee, and then, like...
Yeah. Kinda, yeah.
Ah.
Like, I've got one of my decks is nothing but Agumons, Greymons, Metal Greymons, and then, Blitz Greymons, and then Omegamons.
Ah.
Heart Attack, Kabuterimon, Tyrannomon.
What are you talking about?
You were talking about your food, and miso soup.
Miso!
Yeah.
Yes! Ah! Fuck, there go my headphones. Okay, they're back. Miso, yes. Restaurant. Starter, ender, nothing else in it but what they give me. When I'm at home and when I'm sick and my stomach is sensitive, miso with plain white rice, that kind of packaged stuff you get at the superstore or the Walmart or wherever you shop, usually is good when you're sick.
Really? Nice.
Yeah. Because the white rice is so frickin' plain and the miso is usually pretty gentle on the stomach. It's like, you gotta eat. Even if you're sick, you gotta eat, so...
This is the last... So between this and this one, it's the last pack that's in this. I want... What do I want? I want to start declaring things that I'm gonna get, because that usually works. I want whatever Omegamon is in this pack. Because I know there's one of them on the... There's one of them on the cover. I want that boy.
Sit for too long. The noodles don't feel like anything.
No? They're just gonna dissolve if you leave them too long?
They're just falling apart.
Oh, cute Patamon!
Huh.
Chimeramon.
They're really thin rice noodles, so I honestly, this is kind of how rice noodles are, so maybe maybe they just shouldn't be like linguine. Like rice linguine. Ah, this is freaking hot.
Oh, geez. Something witty just sent over 51 people. Hello, 51 people. Welcome to Cards Being Opened.
And me talking about soup.
Indeed. Welcome to these 2 definitely logically married topics.
They're very good together. Like, man, if you have cards that are absolutely trash, garbage, trash, you should send them over so I can use them as a cup holder or as a sleeve.
Of course, makes sense.
Get a stapler, just go blit.
Cherrymon. Back for revenge.
They should have at least made this. The cup should have been thicker. This is like some fire the man who did this. Kaiba Corp technology should not be this easy to bend.
Millenniumon.
My fork can't pick up these noodles.
Oh, you're a white card.
I'm sad. Millenniummon?
Yeah, a Digimon that fucking plagues my existence, because every time a new Digimon series comes out, people are like, I bet the bad guy's Millenniummon, because everyone's obsessed with a video game they didn't play from 30 years ago.
Are you talking about Digimon World 1 for the PS1?
Not World 1. I'm talking
like
about the Wonder Swan games that starred Rio.
Oh, no, I don't know. I've never played any Digimon game but that one.
Yeah. I know that one ends with a heckin' Magnanimon, which is part of Millenniummon, to be fair. Millenniummon is like Magnanimon and Chimeramon merged together and also a god. Hey, there's a little Jessmon on here. Right there, fucking right. You can't see him, but like.
He's like over there in the corner.
Look how tiny he is. Look at little
There he
Jessmon.
is.
Well, white card, you get to go over here. Because you're not one of...
I'm looking at that Sakaimon, and it's just a Patamon recolor.
It's true.
But there's something about the recolor Digimon that have the audacity to call themselves something different that just touches my heart. I'm different, Mom!
Wasn't he in the Adventure reboot? He was! Finally! But it's like anytime a new show comes out, so I'm a grumpy boy, so remember that as I get into this. Every time a new Digimon show comes out, people generally go to like, I hope it's about Millenniummon and the Demon Lord Digimon and Olympus 12 and every other list of Digimon that they can think of that the card games have told them as a group. And I'm very much like, or, hear me out. What if it was about new stuff? What if Digimon did something it hadn't done before?
This red shit. What the fuck is this? You know what? Think I didn't throw away. This is bell pepper? You don't put bell pepper in pho?
Of course not. Who would do that?
The fuck? Now I'm grumpy.
Logan, how many TK normals did I get?
And it's bland.
One?
And it's bland as fuck.
I enjoy how excited you are about your bad soup.
I'm looking at your cards, and at the same time, I'm trying to scoop up the noodles, and they fall. They either fall off or fall through my fork.
So, between these two packs,
Oh, that's a shiny TK.
yeah, the card topper ones are like more holographic. I got 4 of them in total. Samsoni. Apparently these are worth like $10 each. Cool. Cool.
I'm frickin' trying, man. I'm trying. I'm like shoveling it into my mouth, but I'm like trying not to burn myself on these. Like, this is... Yo, I hate it here.
Alright.
Yo, I hate it here.
Ooh, shiny Garurumon, shiny Garurumon. How you guys doing?
Ooh, I like that Garurumon.
Yeah. Alright. We're into the second box now.
I don't know if it's an official piece of merchandise, and a part of me doubts it. But have you seen the Gabumon backpack?
There's a Gabumon backpack?
I don't know if it's official, and I don't think it is. But it's literally, it's a plush backpack that's like almost life-sized Gabumon size. That because of like how the straps are, you can make it look like he's hanging on your back.
Aww.
And it's so pure, and I love it. I'm gonna look for it. I'll look for it because I love it. That's that thing of like, I would never use this. I want it.
But I want it.
It's got, God, the other day, freaking Zico freaking showed me the, I don't think it's a life-sized Arcanine, but it's pretty big.
Oh.
And I want it. And Jester's like, where are we gonna put that?
If it's a life-sized Arcanine, it wouldn't even fit in your house.
No, I don't know. I don't think it's life-size. I think it's like maybe half of life-size.
Oopamon.
But like, it's like $500. $500 Arcanine, and honestly, to ship it using a proxy to Canada would probably be like an additional. It would cost me $700 if I really want it.
It's like every year, we were like, is this the year we're finally gonna crack? And is Carrie gonna buy the life-sized werewolf statue at Canadian Tire that's been there every year and no one's bought it? It's like, is this the year we're gonna spend the $600 and buy it and just leave it on the lawn all year? I can dress it up in different hats to match the seasons.
I don't know if this is actually the Gabumon. I literally just put Gabumon backpack on Twitter and I found the first thing.
Yeah.
Might not be it.
Cougarmon, nice. Wow.
Okay, yeah, these are def fan made, but God, they're cute.
Why do you feel like an O2 reboot's coming at some point? I don't. If the logic is because O1 rebooted, I know one reboot wouldn't logically lead into an O2 reboot. Also, I would note, it wouldn't be called O2. If it did, it'd be called something else, because O2 was named O2 because it took place in 2002. Yeah. So if it was remade now, it would have to be named, like, 12. Or something. If it took place, like, a year or two after the reboot, it would have to be in 11 or 12. But, I can't see them doing that. Feel like it's
put it in the call chat.
All right, I'll check that in a bit. I'm a roll away from my computer right now. Hornbuster. I want another Beelzebae. I will not be mad if I get another Beelzebae. Even though I want the other secret rare, I want another Beelzebae. Megadramon. Sumamon, yay! Ah, another Seraphimon. Hello, shiny boy.
So these normal shiny ones, how much are they worth? Not so much worth, but how rare are they?
So this one is, the ones that are look like these ones are usually super rares.
Okay.
That's only rare. I shouldn't have put that in there. Yeah, secret rare. And then this one, you'll notice that it's, more detailing and, selective parts of it are holographic. That's a secret rare, which is the big boys.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, these and the rest of them are all super rares. So far, I'm pretty sure the best one we've gotten is Beelzebae.
Yo, this sucks.
Oh?
The soup sucks. I'm still eating it because I don't like wasting food. It sucks.
Cougarmon, Goblimon, Impmon, Wizardmon. I'm gonna check something. Oh, he does! I was hoping he wouldn't, but he does. I was like, I wonder if Wizardmon has an on-deletion effect. And yeah, he does. If he dies, he helps you.
Aww.
He triggers you to draw one.
Easter egg.
Palmon, Cougarmon, Beelmon, Matt, Cupimon. How you doing? What's up? How you doing, Cupimon? You having a good day? Floating around?
With your horn. Hair.
With your
hair horn.
Death tuft.
Door.
Oblivion Bird, Dr. Ranomon, Monzemon, Blade of the True, Metal Tyrannomon, Vilemon, Baby Domon!
There he is again.
Kabuterimon, Wargrowlmon. I accept this!
Ooh!
I got a Lilithmon, and it looks like it's the alt art for Lilithmon.
Huh.
I didn't know you were in here. If I knew you were in here, I wouldn't have said I just want another Beelzemon. Heckin' Lilithmon and Mastemon are my two Digimon babes. Everything else I'm like, whatever. Go away. Sukuyamon's pretty great, but everything else is fine. But those two in particular.
What about Mervamon? Was her name Mervamon?
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. I like them. I think as time has gone on, I've developed the opinion that design tries a bit hard.
Oh, definitely.
You know?
Yeah.
Mastemon just looks cool, and Lilithmon is just, oh.
When I think back to those, Cross Wars being the last Digimon I saw.
Yeah.
I'd have to say I think Bastemon was my favorite one, the cute cat girl one.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was really cute.
She was really cute. And Cutemon. I've got some Cutemon cards. And some Bastemon cards. I don't think you ever saw Mastemon.
No. I don't remember.
I'll show it to you. It's never been in any of the anime. It's been in some of the games kind of prominently, though. It's a fusion of Angelmon and Lady Devimon. And in the one game where it makes a story appearance, it has a very fan-servicey evolution sequence between the two of them. But, no, it's just this cool half-angel, half-demon, techie angel knight Digimon.
Okay.
It's not so much, hot or anything, it's just really cool looking.
Yeah, it's just cool.
Smash
what was I thinking about just now?
I don't know.
Yeah, the train's gone. The train has left. It was Digimon. Oh, there it is. So here's the thing that I've always wondered. So you know how like everybody jokes around that there's like so many fucking Pokemon, you know?
Yeah. Yes.
Why do I feel like there's more Digimon?
There's absolutely more Digimon.
Why does no one care?
I think it's because Digimon tend to just come out in the form of cards and like art book stuff and whatnot. Pokemon tend to make a really big deal out of every new game, really puts them on display, so like every Pokemon gets paid attention to. I feel like it's that a lot of Digimon just fly under the radar.
That's true.
There's no new sequential like game sets coming out that are putting them on display. Like Digimon games come out, but they're not. I think they're not as well like serialized as Pokemon games are. Is my opinion. But
I have a theory that it might be because of the "Gotta catch 'em all" slogan.
That's also true. Digimon never really sold itself on collecting all the Digimon. It sold itself on evolving the Digimon.
Yeah. Like, I still kind of find it funny how after Gen 3, it was like, let's take out that tagline.
There's too many.
I don't think they're gonna be able to catch them all.
Ooh. Shiny Magnanimon. How you doing? You're a secret rare. There's still a secret rare hiding somewhere in here.
Oh.
That's true, there's also a lot of recolors in Digimon. Even though if you take them out, there's still a lot more Digimon than Pokemon. I think people tend to dismiss a lot of Digimon because they think there's so many just straight up recolors. Forbidden Technique.
My favorite recolor Digimon is literally Black Agumon.
I do like Black Agumon.
Straight to the point. It's straight to the point.
In the Digimon D&d game that we ran, that I am probably gonna try to run after DMS, which I'm gonna pester you to be a part of at that point.
Oh boy.
There's one of the two NPC tamers called Emblem Bearers in this one has a Black Agumon, and Carrie has a Black Gabumon.
Huh.
Cougarmon. Giga Blaster.
I want to have a cute mon. I want to be completely useless.
Given that it'll probably be in like a year and some change, I'm sure we have lots of time to work.
I want to be a
out.
5-year-old.
All right. Well, wasn't there also a Black Guilmon? They weren't a Black Guilmon, but that was K's Digimon. It was just a
I absolutely, under no circumstances, could not play anyone underage. Not with how I am.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I think I'll actually mentally regress.
Eat Viper.
I also can't get porn, that's not right.
It's true. Then you get in that weird place of you get porn done, but you're like, age them up, and you're like, well, that makes it okay. And then you really think about it, and you're like, but does it make it okay? Because because there's a part of my brain that still had to get there.
I feel like this is where we're gonna get into some hot takes.
Here we go. Some controversial stuff.
This is where we're gonna get into some hot takes, because I have some thoughts about this weird way of thinking that it's like, in order, when it comes to, because you see it a lot, especially with a lot of NSFW artists that do a lot of fan art, your Sakimi-chans, your Kikimation, your all of them.
Yeah, for being real, if you want a specific example of what you're about to talk about, the I've forgotten her name, but the Demon Slayer girl.
Nezuko.
Nezuko.
I don't even watch Demon Slayer, but no one could shut up about it.
Yep.
It's just like, okay, now, most sane people can be like, yo, come on, at least make them 18.
Yeah.
And that's well and good. But then it's just like, the idea of, oh, you aged them up, but you were already sexualizing them. I get the train of thought, but I also don't.
I get what you mean.
Because I think that was a bit of the stuff that like the artist was getting, where it was like, oh, you were in order to sexualize a 14-year-old, you aged her up.
Yeah.
And it's like,
that's I guess where my brain goes to, because unless there's some weird secondary world where the train of thought started at, well, I have to pick a character to age up to do NSFW stuff of, and then you pick the character. Yeah. Unless that situation is somehow present, then what happened was you saw a character, thought, how can I make them hot? And then decided to make them older to make it okay. But you had to decide to make them hot and sexualize them before you could come to the conclusion you had to age them up. So it's like, I don't know, the train of thought is still, it started with young them. That's why I know certain people who are like really into fan fictions and porn of characters who are underaged, and their defense is always like, oh, it's them when they're older. And I'm like, but are you thinking about the older versions when you're reading it is the thing? Like, are you just imagining them from the show as they are in your head? Because you seek this out a lot, you know?
Yeah, because it's so weird. Like, this is why I just don't do, like, fan art or anything like that. This is why I'll never grow anywhere. But, like, again, it's like, because there are also people who don't do it in any sort of NSFW way. Like, there's an artist who, is like, man, I like Venti, but I'm also over the age of 20, and Venti looks like a teenager. So here's an older Venti. And that was it. Just an older Venti, looks pretty darn hot. I would tap it if it was real. But some people are like, but Venti looks like a teenager. But Venti is also over 2,000 years old.
Oh my god, that's a whole other conversation. But the vampire lolly's 800 years old, so it's okay. They just got bit as a child. And I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna be real with you. If they were a real human being and that was the case, sure. But the problem is that someone made them to be this. Like, they're...
Because it's like, petite girls exist. Girls that just look young exist.
Yeah.
Now, like, but that's a whole different story from an actual person that can't really do anything about their physiology, and she's over 1,000, officer. She just looks 12, and it's just like, writer, why did you do that?
That's an alternate art of the same War Greymon from earlier. You're a black War Greymon. Well, you're not a black War Greymon, but you are a War Greymon that is a black card. Neato, a blocker War Greymon. Yeah, no, same page. We're on the same page.
Like, but writer, why did you do that?
They also didn't look. I agree with you. Dawn also points out that when you have the like 1,000-year-old vampire lolly trope, they also tend to also have the mentality of a child and act like a child, and it's like they're coded as a child, is what it comes down to. Yeah.
And it's like, if we go back to the whole Nezuko bit that started everything, it was like, okay, this is Nezuko. Nezuko in canon is like what, 14, 15 years old?
Something like that.
Yeah. But the way that they were rendered, you look at the body and you're like, that's not a 14-year-old.
For the Sakimi-chan one in particular? Because
the Sakimi-chan.
Yeah.
I don't know the character.
Canon Nezuko is just cute. They're just adorable. Yeah, which is the problem is most people see a cute thing and their brain goes to like, but what if it was as sexy as it is cute? And that's where that comes from. Because that's how the brain do, unfortunately. That's how the internet brain do.
Yeah, so then it's just like, okay, so this person has rendered them into a body type that is clearly not the original one. It is older. So then it's like, there are people that call people that like that pedophiles. And I don't get it. I'm confused. I'm Confucia. Because it's like, okay, the character in canon is no-no. But the art isn't?
I mean, it's a very multifaceted thing, which is why it's controversial, because there's a lot of things to talk about. But I'm basically there. I don't like it when characters are aged up. I do think that if you're... How to put this? Yeah. If they look distinctly different, like if the characters... Let's take Reen from Fate, who is technically, debatably, depending on the time of Stay Night, they are underaged. If you age them up and they look like they're like 5 or 6 years like older, and then you're sexualizing them, like, that's fine. Like, that's they're like, they look it. But if it is like a child, if it's Misty from Pokemon and you depict them as being like heckin' Mervamon levels of busty, and you're like, no, it's them older. I'm like, I don't know if I agree.
Oh well, there's aging up, and then there's like they're sexualizing the aging up.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, and no, that Misty example, no, absolutely not.
Yeah.
Absolutely no. yeah.
I might have lost exactly what you were talking about. Could you re-explain specifically
I think I
what
might
your
have
last point
lost
was?
where I was too.
Okay.
Because I remember looking at the art, and I've seen Nezuko again. I just don't watch a lot of new anime now because I'm a bleep. But so you look at the actual character, and you're like, that's a kid.
Yeah.
And then you look at Sakimi's art, where they're like, yeah, this is an older version of this character. As I think most people have probably seen Sakimi-chan's art, where they do kind of overdo the curves.
I'm a patron of Sakimi-chan, if I'm gonna be real with you. So
that's fair.
Because I was a long time ago, mostly because Carrie and I both enjoy. I want to say their old art, but I'm gonna be real with you. I just like their art in general.
No, their art.
Over time, it has become way more NSFW. Like I'm very much like, yes, you fully sold out to what you do now at some point. And I'm not like judging about that. Do what you got to do. But I'm like, you definitely, the days of you drawing like cool representations of the Zodiac are gone. That's not what you're about anymore.
Because I remember back then because she used to always do aged up versions.
Yeah.
And some of them, it was still like, oh, this character, yes, this looks like how they would grow up if they were allowed to in their canon.
I think.
And then there's just the look at the big boobies and the wide hips. And again, it's all fine. But like, it's the aged up character bit that's a little
sketch to you. I think it's if the character was like explicitly like super childish and only the bare minimums have been done to age them up is when I get comfortable and uncomfortable about it. There's levels to it. Also depends on like the exact context of the image and like how they look and like it's kind of on an image to image basis, but I am generally uncomfortable with people who try to defend like I'm actually more about it in fan fiction. Honestly, it's weird. It's a weird segue, but I used the example earlier of like it's like, I don't know, Tai and Sora, but someone seeks out, like, NSFW, like, super raunchy fanfiction about these children. I'm not talking about anyone in specific here, but they seek it out about them, and then the excuse is always like, oh no, the fanfiction writer says they're aged up, and so, you know, that's it. And I'm like, my issue there is like, okay, but you are imagining it in your mind, and I find it hard to believe that you repeatedly seek this out, not thinking about the story in the context of what you're used to seeing in the show. Like, so when people like defend that, I'm like, like I know Carrie's, it's always been something we make fun of them about, but Carrie's super into Bakugo and heckin' Ochako from My Hero, and I'm constantly picking on her being like, remember, they're children. And she's constantly like, no, I'm imagining them aged up. I'm like, are you? Because a lot of the fan art is you have to tell me that for me to know that. Like, remember that they're kids. They're in the equivalent of high school. Do what you want. Honestly, I do it mostly because it bugs them. But I'm like, just remember, they're kids. Yeah. They're anime kids, so, you know, they could... Yeah. You told me they were 20, I'd be like, okay, if the creator says they're 20, I guess I believe you. But they are kids. Yeah. At the same time, I'm not gonna tell anybody how to have fun as long as you're not hurting anybody. Oh yeah.
It's really weird because I, for a good while, don't really know where I stand. I just look at it and it confuses me. Yeah. Because it's just like, okay, so you, like, because with me, just overall, just growing up, there have been characters where it's like, I wonder what they would look like grown up.
Yeah, totally.
Before it was just like, I want to see this character grown up. Ooh, they'd be pretty darn cute. They'd be a cutie. But never to like, I want to fuck it. Or I'm going to get my rocks off on it. Like, I don't get it.
Huh. I fully agree with you. There's heckin'... I can't think of any examples off the top of my head, but I absolutely agree that there's characters that I'm like, it'd be cool to see them grown up, and maybe they'd be super attractive grown up, because everything I like to imagine in my brain is probably also attractive, let's be real. Because cool things are attractive, and that's just how the brain works. But it's not inherently like a, you know, I want this kid to be okay to heckin'...
With me it's never been like, I want to imagine the character like this because I'm horny.
Yeah, agreed. The Cougarmon. But yeah, I think it also has a lot to do with art style. Like somebody in the chat pointed out an example that is relevant, I think, where it's like, In My Hero, they all look like kids to me. Like, even the ones that are, like, a little bustier, I'm like, they look like children to me because of how it's drawn and, like, the difference between adults and children in the show. So when someone's super about two of them and there's, like, a lot of fan art of them, I'm like, they are kids. I'm not going to tell you what to do. It makes me a little bit uncomfortable. But then if you were to, like, this is the thing that chat pointed out, if you were to, like, show me Bleach stuff that was equivalent, I'm like, the art style of Bleach kind of makes everyone look like an adult.
Yeah.
So it's like a different thing. Like, Ichigo is not 15 in my head, you know? Like, he looks like he's in his 20s.
But it's so weird, though, too, because for some people, it's like, even that's not a good
Even that's
excuse.
not enough. Yeah, well, I mean...
And so, again, that's like, it's a very weird, your mileage may vary kind of thing.
Totally. It has to do with, like, what the art looks like, what the characters are like, what their temperaments are like, what the context of the show is. Like, I don't know, if you were to... I mean, as an example, Mega Man NT Warrior, if there was a... if there was, like, a net Navi who acted mature, but looked super young, but they were, like, really hot, but they're a net Navi. What do you do? Do you know what I mean? Like, where do we stand on that?
So wait, hold on. Repeat to me the points.
Okay,
They're
it's a net
mature?
Navi. They're like, they act super mature, but they're like, they look young, like they look pre-17, let's say, like visually, but they're also super attractive. Like, and they're a net Navi.
They're not human.
They're not human, but they're coded as human. Which, like, kind of, it's a reflection of the, you know, 1,000-year-old vampire lolly situation where they're coded as a child. It's so what they are doesn't super matter. So it's like, what are they? Like, where are they in how we feel about that, right?
Where's the line?
And it's like, I
want to know where it is.
Someone was like, nah, man, I get it on with that. Another person was like, they are a child. I'd be like, they're probably actually, like, 2 months old for all we know, but they're programmed like an adult. Like, I don't know what to say.
I love how Krabosi's like, yeah, Squeaky, what do you do? As if I'm supposed to relate to this when my character acted like an adult, looked like an adult. Was looted as such like an adult.
I agree with you, hell yeah. I think coding is the main thing that matters. When it comes to anime, what they look and act like is more important than what it tells you they are. But, again, 1,000-year-old lolly, vampire lolly, if they're a 1,000-year-old fucking vampire lolly that acts like a little girl, they are a little girl. I don't care if you tell me they're 1,000. They are a little girl. There are probably exceptions to that I'm not thinking of, but in those cases,
I can show you a fast one.
What's that?
Well, I don't know how fast it is, but so so first off, I was looking at the chat really quick to make sure I didn't miss anything. But now I feel weird talking about my characters here.
Okay.
But I have a character from a previous campaign where age-wise, she is 18.
Okay.
But she acts like a 10-year-old.
Okay.
Because of, how do I explain this? So, story stuff, plot stuff, she was essentially raised to remain ignorant, and their logic to do that was essentially keep her acting young. How do I explain this? Foxbear, Priscilla Goldberg. Yeah, keep her naive, keep her stupid, keep her ignorant. To which, when it came to playing this character, I translated it as the first thing that comes to my mind, just fucking say it, like kids do. So I played her like a kid.
What does she look like? Like, does she look like a tiny child, or does she look like someone who's 18, or does she look well, because of my art style back then and still to this point, she looks very cute. But if someone was to be like, describe this person in front of me, I'd be like someone that looks 17 to 18. I think in her case, she had just turned 18. I think that sounds like it's okay, because it just sounds like a childish adult.
Okay.
I think in terms of coding, obviously I don't intimately know this character. But in terms of coding, it sounds to me like they have more in favor of they're an adult than they have in favor of a child. Like with the 1,000-year vampire lolly, the coding is in like favor of if they act like a child and they look like a child, treat them like a child. But like if it was a 1,000-year-old vampire 18-year-old who acted like a child, I'd be like, I don't know. Suspension of disbelief kind of kicks in. It's easier to believe that it's a body. I guess it's you want to avoid feeling like you're sexualizing a child.
Yeah.
I think everything past that point, it stops being about like pedophilia. It stops being about being underage. And like in the example of your character, it starts being about, am I taking advantage of someone naive rather than am I taking advantage of a child?
Yeah.
And I think that's the context there.
The funny thing is that this character was inspired by someone we role-played with way back when, who tried to do a similar concept.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember them?
Say that whole thing again?
So the character that I just described to you, that was my character,
Mm-hmm.
I actually got the idea for them based on someone we used to role-play with who did something similar.
A character.
Do you remember them?
Oh, it's something is like niggling in the back of my mind, but...
You couldn't stand them. You couldn't stand them.
Well, I don't want to start saying names then, because then I'm just going to give people a list of people I don't like, and that's...
Okay,
I don't want to go into that...
So do you remember the character Anika Heelman?
I think I do. I think so. Was it okay?
She was a German girl that because of fate, magic stuff, because it was a fate game, remember?
Yes, it was the second campaign, wasn't it?
Yes, because of magic stuff, she was essentially sealed, and because of that, she didn't mentally age.
They were the one with the carnival, weren't they?
Yes.
Yes, I remember now. Yes, absolutely. Okay. Yep, no, my... Oh, memories. There's some things about role-playing back in that day that I was like, I could have really done to chill out. And there's some things that I'm like, no, I was right.
Now, here's the thing. In this case, that character was 15 that thought they were like a 6-year-old.
Yeah.
When I decided to create this character, and it's funny because with the role player, I don't talk to them anymore, but we're still pretty amicable. But the basis for my head was like, I think I can do that better.
I mean, yeah, not to speak too much. I mean, you know what my general take on that whole thing was, and that could just be my problem. It might not be. Who cares? It doesn't matter. It's not affecting anybody. But no, I think there's not really anything wrong with the concept at its core, even with how they did it. It's about what you do. Like in a lot of role-playing, it's usually what's wrong with it is not usually what the character is as much as how the role player pursues it.
It's executed.
Yeah. There's some things. Like I've had someone, I won't say who they are, and they're very good otherwise. So when I say this, if they're listening, I'm just using this as an example of something you were talked out of. I have a role player who was like, I want to make a character whose thing is like they want to become the ruler of the world. And they want to like backstab and trick their way and like basically light Yagami their way into being the ruler of the world. And it's like, that's not a bad idea for a character, but if we're talking D&D, the problem is you're going to get frustrated because there's no way to really act on that, like in the steps available to you in a game. And it's like, I warned them against it, asked them to change it because I was like, you're not going to enjoy doing it. And I was like, I just directly was like, okay, it's a experiment. Describe to me how you will do that. What is step one? And they couldn't really think of anything, and I was like, that's the problem. That's a case where, like, the concept would have been a bad idea, but, like, I've seen lots of people who, like, want to play a character that seems reasonable, and then they start doing it, and they realize they have no idea what they're doing, or they didn't think about it too hard, and or they insist upon it so much that it becomes annoying. Or they end up being vaguely problematic about it, as I'm sure we both bumped into on numerous occasions. from people.
Experiences.
Yeah. So yeah, it's like between the two of you doing it, I haven't seen you play your character, obviously.
No.
But yeah, it's like the idea is fine. It's just how you do it and how you treat other people and how you are as a role player makes it tolerable or not.
That being said, she was a lot of fun to play. I only looted her once.
Oh, I see.
I only looted her once.
There was a very brief moment there where I thought you meant the role player we were talking about.
No!
I was like, what?
No!
Oh, the character!
No, I only loot my characters. I only make like when it comes to my characters, I always want to make them above 18. One, because if other people can loot them. I'm a considerate person.
Mm-hmm.
So that other people may loot them if they wish, and so that I may loot them if I wish.
Yeah, VTech has a good rule of thumb. Don't sexualize a character who is indistinguishable from a preteen. That's a good rule of thumb. The character, if you look at a character and if you knew nothing about them and your first thought is they are a child or they are like sub 15, just don't. Like, just don't. Just take a step back. There's some cases like I know there's some people who bring up like that fucking what's her name, Uzumaki, who like the one who everyone was really mad about for a while because they're like she looks like a child but she's like sexualized and has like huge boobs and it's like she doesn't. And I was very like, I mean, there's a blurred line here, but she looks like someone who could be at least 18. Like she's not a lolly. She doesn't have like big chibi eyes and whatnot. So I'm like, if the show wants to tell me that she's in college, tiny people exist.
I think I know what character you're talking about. I don't think her name was Uzumaki, but
what was it?
I can't remember, but I know exactly who you're talking about. But yeah, she has like humongous honkers, and like she's Uzaki. There we go. Uzaki. Yeah. So she's a little bit of a gremlin, if I remember correctly. Yeah, she's got the big tatas, and it's like I think what like a lot of people seem to. It was that instance of it's how they were drawn, because you look at her face. If you were to just completely crop out her body and look at just her face, you'd be like, that could be a kid.
Sure.
But then you see the rest of her, and then you're like,
Yeah.
Now I don't know.
Yeah, I think, like, again, I think this is one of those, it's a case-by-case basis situations, but, like, in her case, when I first saw her, I didn't think she was a child, and that first reaction, I think, means a lot to me. She just looked like a petite adult to me.
Yeah.
Because cutesy people exist. There's a difference between that, though, and, like, heckin', you know, fucking...
Aiken.
What's one of her many names? Fucking Chibi Sailor Moon.
Chibiusa?
Yeah.
Rini?
Rini. Like, that's a child. Yeah. Obviously. But it's like, there's no world where you can tell me, no, they're just a small adult, where I'd be like, yeah, sure. Like, no. No, they're a child.
What if the series itself ages them up? Because Sailor Moon did that.
Yeah, that's fine. That's totally fine. If the series, like... If the show ages them up, and then you have, like, an awakening about this character after they're of age, cool. Neat. Like, I don't care. Go for it.
No, Sailor Moon did it twice.
Fucking, because, like, I'm super into fucking Reen. But I'm very, like, I'm into, like, the concept of adult Reen, because, again, she's on that line of, like, 17, but she's anime 17. I'm like, I'm super into Reen, but if that's, like... If you try to pursue the logic of, like, what if you saw them as a kid first, it's like anyone who's ever watched Fate Zero is not allowed to like Reen, because you see her as a child first. And it's like, no, of course not. You see her as an adult later, and you're like, oh, what the heck? Look at you. Going being sassy, intelligent, gosh darn, gets everything wrong even though you're incredibly competent. I like you. You're flawed. Become 20 so that I can think about this.
You become 20. I mean, wait, isn't there like a little time skip after Unlimited Blade?
Yes, there's the epilogue, which is I think a year and a half later, where she's of age there. There's also, okay, hot, very small take. I know that there's like the frequent, like, well, in Japan, they're legal. I'm not in Japan, and I don't have the morality of the Japanese, and that's also not true most of Japan. So when I hear people be like, oh, it's okay, they're 15, they're legal in Japan, I'm allowed to think that it's like, no, because you're in your culture, is the thing.
Well, here's the weird thing too, because
You about to contest that point?
No.
I was like, what are we about to do here?
I was gonna say that, and honestly, now that I really think about it, I could be wrong. But when it comes to like hentai that you sell, legally the characters have to be of age, even in Japan. I was gonna ask you. I was like, aren't the characters in Fate Stay Night all 18?
I think
because legally they have to be.
I don't remember if they're. I think they might just be 18. But
like,
I know
it's that thing of like, yeah, they're in high school, but like your last year of high school, you're usually 17.
I think
18.
they might be. I think they might be. I think some of them might be, and some might be on the line because I think that their general age of consent is like 17.
Yeah, more or less. But in Japan, it's like when it comes to like porn and their laws, it's 18 plus. Not only to this is where I'm kind of lost. Not only you have to consume pornography, you have to be 18 or older, obvi.
Yeah.
And the people, at least if you're going to like sell it, market it, and stuff like that,
Golden Knight
the characters
says,
also have to be 18.
Apparently,
it's just Japan has a yes.
Golden Knight just again. These are honestly because the reason I'm faltering on this is that I can't remember their specific ages. Golden Knight, if they're to be believed. Says Shiro's 16, Reen's 17, and Ilya's 18. I knew the Ilya one because we actually get to count. Ilya's one of those weird examples where I'm like, I don't want to sexualize Ilya, but they are an adult, and the lore does say so, but also don't sexualize
Prisma
Ilya.
Ilya does it enough for you.
Yeah, I don't like Prisma Ilya.
I don't like Prisma Ilya.
There's also the thing of people try to defend that in Prisma Ilya, and it's like, the thing is, in Prisma Ilya, she's not 18. Because she's not, she doesn't age that way. She is the age she looks in Prisma. I like vaguely enjoyed Prisma for like the first like season and some change because I was like, okay, magical girl servant stuff, cool. Oh, they're being kind of Yuri. Okay.
I remember a long time ago we tried to watch it and we couldn't.
Like, sure, you get away with your little bit of Yuri. Yeah, then season 2 happens and you get the explicitly borderline pornographic like Yuri underage makeout scenes and it's like there's nothing that excuses this. It's like I'm not who this is for, and I don't want to meet who it's for. Like
it's weird too because it's like I stopped watching Prisma Ilya when we stopped watching Prisma Ilya.
Yeah.
I never went back because I was like I'm just not feeling it. Not feeling it. And I saw some of the scenes where they're crossing that line. They're like rubbing their feet on the line and being like it's not there. And I looked at them and I was like I hate that this is animated so well.
Yep, I agree.
Why is this gonna budget?
And it's also, there's people that are like, but if you get past that, Prisma Ilya is great. And I'm gonna be real with you, it's not. Prisma Ilya gets so many people try to defend it, and it's just, it's really fan-fiction-y and stupid. Even the serious stuff. Remove all of the other stuff, it is a good fan-fiction, is what it is.
Yeah.
It is sorry, I don't wanna bad mouth fan-fiction as a genre, and that feels like that's what that is. It's like good 2000s fan fiction. You know what I mean, I'm sure.
Yeah.
It's
I
like
think I know what you mean.
It's like indulgent and it doesn't make much sense and it's clearly being made up as it goes for the most part. And it's like people try to act like it's amazing, you just have to give it time and ignore the fan servicey stuff and it's like no, it's
if I have to ignore like half of it, then I'm not gonna watch any of it.
Apparently Shiro and Rin are both 17. Yeah, I think it's... I don't know what the laws are for Japan, but I think it might be something like you have to be 18 to consume it, but I think the characters have to be... I don't think they have to be 18 or older. But I don't know enough to speak on it.
I could have sworn there was a law about that.
But yeah, I know they're on the line, is the thing. I know they're just old enough, which I'm pretty sure is like a little bit short of North American old enough. And like my greater point was people try to fall back on the... well, it's legal in Japan thing with like characters like Orihime. It's
barely legal in Japan.
Because people are like, 14 is the age of consent in Japan, and it's like, well, not.
You go to a specific province.
Yeah, it's like not really. That's really cherry picking. It's like legal in specific parts, but the problem is, with the defense is you are in your culture, and what you do And the reason that anyone is concerned about anything when it comes to that stuff, and why we don't just leave people alone, is because we have to assume it influences how they treat the people that they have within arm's reach. You cannot say that you're okay with something that's not okay in your culture because it was made by another culture, because that makes people worry you're going to try to act like that's okay within yours.
Yeah.
And so that's why that's worrying. So that's why anytime somebody makes that excuse, I'm like, you gotta do better. You gotta do better. You gotta at least admit that it's because they're pretty cartoons and it's ambiguous. You can't be like, it's legal in Japan. Then go to Japan.
Here's the other facet, though. Most of Japan, the majority of Japan, hates that aspect.
Yep.
So it's like, even within its own culture, they're like, nah. So the argument goes immediately out the window if you stop looking at Japan as just the Animu and Mango and look at it as an actual country and an actual culture.
Yo, that's why I'm happy for Lilithmon. Just getting back to the cards I'm opening, I'm just going through the rares I got because I finished opening cards. Fuck, she's just, everything's okay with her. She's just good. Like, I like really cool things lately, and as I get older, I'm way more about like, yeah, man, fucking women in armor. Give me that. But this, I'm just like, Lilithmon, what are you doing to me?
We don't have to worry about how old Lilithmon is. We don't have to worry about how old she is.
Oh.
This is a lady that is of age.
Absolutely. Again, that's a really cool image of Piedmon.
Yeah.
So, Samsoni, just real quick. The second box totaled $164. The second box was worth $164. Is that American Samsoni or Canadian?
You might be going by American.
That's American? Both boxes were $275 American collectively?
Canadian. No, he's going Canadian.
Oh, Canadian. Cool. Then, that's not quite enough to cover both boxes, but it's like 3/4 of both boxes covered. Not that I'm going to sell them, but it's always cool to think about.
I like that Wanyamon. It's cute.
The Wanyamon? Wanyamon's so cute. Look at him. Look at the boy. Cat. He's got his own little heckin', fuck, I can't remember what you're called. The tiny boy. Pukamon?
Sukumon? I don't remember.
That one? I don't think it's Sukumon. I think it's like something like Pukamon or something. But look at him hugging him.
Yeah.
It's his friend.
He's like, this was mine.
Then look at this really happy Elecmon.
He's like, yeah!
He's gonna hurt someone. Botamon. Okay.
Oh, Bokomon.
Bokomon.
Okay, Bokomon. When Piedmon would have traumatized me, I was already traumatized by my Otismon murder.
Piedmon, like... There's a joke that I don't regret making. But I look back on it, I was like, I wish things were still that simple. So everybody, political beliefs aside, heckin', sorry if this offends any of you, but it is what it is. So back when we were working on Digimon Tri-Abridged, there was a flashback where Piedmon spoke, and I voiced our Piedmon doing this like vaguely Mark Hamill-esque thing. And I just had the one really simple joke where it was just someone remembering their Digimon getting murdered by Piedmon as it slowly zoomed in on their face, and because Piedmon's attack name is Trump Sword, there's just and he's like a very jokey, there's this thing of him being like, Trump Sword! It's gonna be huge! And that's it. And it's like, it's not scandalous, it's not politically charged, It's just a vague Trump quote, but I see, when I think about it, I'm like, I miss back when I could even imagine Donald Trump being funny. Because it's not anymore. Back then it was like, ha, what a joke he is. And I'm like, oh, you fucked up the world in a lot of ways. He was a symptom of a larger problem, of course. Again, sorry if anybody doesn't agree with me on that, or you have differing political views. Your views are valid. I am where I am.
I mean, it is still kind of funny.
It's funny-ish.
If you're unfortunately morbid.
Yeah.
If you're unfortunately morbid.
I just wish he had remained a joke.
A joke.
And then disappeared, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a lot of explaining for something very not interesting. Did I get two? Because there's supposed to be like one secret rare per box. What was the other one? Was it an alternate art one? Because I only have one that says SEC on it. Samsoni, help me out. Explain this for me.
Help him out. I'm gonna get some strawberries.
Roger.
Get some strawberries.
How do you create your decks? I haven't, you can get 2 alt arts in a box. I see. I haven't, built a lot. Well, no, that's actually a lie. I built a bunch. I haven't tested a lot. But when I'm building decks normally, I'm gonna be real, I start with just a Digimon I really like. I'm gonna make a Diablomon deck. And then I go from there, and then I look at what that Digimon does, and then I try to just build around making it work better. And I usually build, because it's usually what I have available, I build like 4 of my rookies around them. I usually build like 5 of my champions around them, or 6 of my champions around them, then 4 of my ultimates around them, and then at least 3 of my megas around them, and then whatever the other Digimon I put in the deck is, usually is either to help them do what they're doing, or blockers, or what have you. And it's mostly just a balancing act. Like, I tried to make an Imperial Dramon deck that had XVmon and Stingmon cards, and it didn't really work out. Like, I made it and I played it a bunch, but it was a green-blue deck, and though it had a lot of cool Digimon in it, it was just really hard to digivolve Digimon because they only evolve on top of their own color. So, though Pyildramon and Dinobemon and Imperial Dramon are all they're all green and blue, getting the right Digimon to the point of getting to Ultimate became difficult and it wasn't fast enough, and I had to be like, okay, so I can't have my cool Davis Ken deck. I have to cut one of them out and just make a pure blue deck or pure green deck.
Oh.
So unfortunately sometimes the cool thing doesn't quite work. Does a deck commit to a single strategy or can it be flexible? My experience with this game is you basically make a deck to do effectively one thing, and then you try to push it forward. Because this game goes by fast. Like, it's very quick when you play it, so you're pretty much trying to get something and get your cards out, and then just immediately go for whatever they're doing. Like with Diablomon, you're basically looking to make decks that de-digivolve your opponent to keep them weak, while you try to get enough cards that when you finally play a Diablomon, it triggers their effects to create a whole bunch of Diablomon tokens. And normally you're trying to have a Kusarimon involved, because he has an effect that gives all Digimon that have the same name as him rush, so they can attack at once. So if he becomes a Diablomon, and then you play a Diablomon in such a way that it creates a bunch of tokens, all those Diablomon get rush. And then you can just do what the second Digimon movie did to Wargreymon and Metal Garurumon and just unleash a million attacks at once and be like, there, I won by numbers. So, like, that's the strategy. That's the core strategies there, is just to overwhelm the opponent like, all at once. And that's really what the deck is trying to do. I'm starting to value making sure you have, like, blockers in your deck no matter what, but that's not always possible. You saw me doing that? Yeah. I had, like, 10 Diablomons by the time I took them out. So, like, it's an easy MTG. Maybe. I haven't played enough Magic the Gathering to really answer that. Magic the Gathering seems a lot more complicated to me. Not so much I don't get it, but from what I played of it, there's vibes that are the same. I know that whenever I showed Spencer this game, he offhandedly was like, oh, this is more like Yu-Gi-Oh! And I was like, no, it's not. What was it? His only comment was that it was like Yu-Gi-Oh! Because you attack the other person's monsters sometimes. And I was like, you mean like most games?
I was gonna say, like, don't just, isn't that just card game?
I was like, I think that's more, Spencer, that Magic the Gathering's a weird outlier and that you can't do that in that one. But yeah. But yeah, I normally start with just a cool idea, and I go from there. I've yet to build a deck purely to be optimal. I normally build my decks to be fun, and to be like I said earlier, if I got a bunch of Beelzebae, I would just try to make a deck for him, whether or not it looked good. I just want to be able to play Beelzebae, like, because it's fun.
And have it be fun and satisfying.
Yeah. And then as soon as I make it, and I like it, start, looking at it and be like, okay, what could I do to make this better after it's made? But yeah.
Very much like the Pokemon and Cardfight Vanguard combined. It's very fast compared to Magic the Gathering.
Very.
The only person I know that knows anything about Magic is Jake, and it's just like, I just watch he plays like the online one or whatever, and all I see is cards flying at one another, and I don't understand. So I'm just like, yeah, that card did that.
I understand him mostly. I like playing Commander in Magic the Gathering. It's a format you can play where you have one card you can kind of play at any time, and it has, like, you build decks for certain things. Yeah. I like, Spencer let me use his decks so we could play with him, and there's one deck I really liked where its whole thing was it didn't really attack the other person, it just healed all the time. Like, aggressively healed so that you just have 1,000,000 hit points, and it had certain cards that were like, when you heal one, your opponent takes 1 damage. So you're healing and you're just slowly whittling your opponent down. And it has this one thing that happens in Magic quite a bit that I hate, but that deck did, so I tried to do it a lot, which is it had one card that was like, whenever you heal, your opponent takes 1 damage, and then another card that was like, when your opponent takes 1 damage, you heal 1. And if you have both on the field and you do something to heal or do damage, you win. They chain. They just go in a circle. It's like, oh, you healed 1, so they take 1 damage. Since they take 1 damage, you heal 1. Since you healed 1, they take 1 damage, and it just, you win if you have them both out. Ad
infinitum.
Yeah.
Ad nauseum.
Yeah, and I don't super like that those exist in Magic, because I think that it's kind of unsatisfying to be like, oh, I drew the right 2 cards, I win. Sanguine, yeah, exactly. Those are the cards. Nox, Sanguine Blood, and Exquisite Blood. It's cool to do it, but I feel like as a game, it doesn't really feel like you played against the person as much as you waited for them to draw the right 2 cards. So I'm like, eh. It's like when I play Yu-Gi-Oh! I'm kind of bad at Yu-Gi-Oh! Because I always just make decks that are like, I want it to be set up so I can summon a thing I think is cool. I don't care about playing well anymore.
No.
Yeah. I can't wait until Double Diamond comes out and my 4 boxes of those cards come in.
Oh.
I'm getting Jessamon. I'm making a Jessamon deck. That's the whole reason I'm playing this game. I hope
Does eating unwashed strawberries make me a filthy piece of shit?
Nah. I don't care.
I don't wash my strawberries, I just fucking eat them. I'm just like, I'm hungry now.
Fingers crossed I get the alt art. I'm probably going to buy a lot of Double Diamond. Like, a lot. I'm probably going to get the 4 boxes and then immediately be like, okay, 2 more next week, let's go.
Hell
I'm going to go broke. It's fine.
Oh.
It's fine. I'll end up on the street for Jessamon. I'm willing to do that.
It's okay. Cake icing and strawberries are pretty cheap.
You know, and when we did the Digimon game, there was a Digimon that was an original one I made for the game that evolved from Sistermon that I actually think you'd really like. Once we stop the stream, I think I'm gonna show you a picture of it.
Yeah.
They're kind of an example of me being like, fucking babes in armor, love it. Heckin' girls in plate mail, that's the way to go. But I digress. I think with those being open and us having exhausted our short-term list of hot take conversations about character ages, that's probably
Yeah, I'm sorry I did that.
Hey man, if I had a problem with it, I would have objected. I'm fine.
I'm mostly just really confused because I look at these fandom takes and I'm just like, why is everybody mad?
Yeah. People just swing too far in both directions.
This is why I just do my own characters, man.
Alrighty. I am gonna go end the stream. Goodbye, everybody!
Bye!